So here you got Rose Alley. So Rose used to just run up from Market to here, pretty much uninterrupted. Now it's interrupted by the Octavia situation. But then now it's been extended another block up past between Buchanan and Webster because they redesigned the housing projects and made a street through them. So I'm just gonna leave this detritus here, and I'm gonna do a little walkthrough of Page Laguna Mini Park, which I have renamed. The proper nomenclature is Diane di Prima Park. It's really gorgeous nowadays. There used to be a bunch of like concrete little tables, and there was like 2 tiers to it. And there was the grass on the side over here and the grass on the side over here, and then like a little kind of sandbox thing and like a concrete ramp that went up. And on this side there was a second level where there was just like a bunch of like concrete tables where I guess people were supposed to sit around and eat lunch or play chess or, you know, do whatever. But it was redesigned in the 90s, according to what I saw online. And it's a beautiful, tranquil park. And the story of it is, I guess it was a privately owned lot. There was a building here. There was a fire. Building burned down. And then through some legal maneuvering and community organization, the city acquired it and made it a park instead of rebuilding another building here. And there are a couple of old episodes. There's one old episode of Streets of San Francisco where the crime takes place right there. So all the cop cars are right there. And there's like a, there's actually, back then there was a bus stop. You can see the old bus wires up here. I guess they don't use them because the bus doesn't come down this way unless maybe they have a detour or something. But they literally have to go through all that shit. And now it's basically, it's one way uphill and then a slow streets bike lane thing. So it's all new and different. Of course, back when I was a kid, this was a grocery store. The Green Gulch Greengrocer. It was owned by Zen Center, and then after some time, Zen Center got rid of it, and it was owned by a Palestinian guy. I can't remember what he called it. It was his name, I think. And now it's like, it's a private writers collective thing where you pay to be a member and you can have a place to sit and write, which I find rather odd, but whatever. Who am I to judge? But if well, when I lived in San Francisco, I used to go to Sutro Park or any old cafe where I didn't have to pay monthly dues. But whatever makes them happy. And, you know, the idea is that you're part of a community of writers, and they're communing right now. So that's wonderful. So that's Diane di Prima's old house or apartment, and from 78 to 96 she lived there, and we lived on Page Street. When I was born, we lived on Page Street, so I think she lived there for about 3 years or something, 3 or 4 years. She had gone to Black Bear Ranch after living on Oak Street, and then when she came back, they lived on Page Street. We. When I was born, we lived on Page. So, all told, about 21 years in this neighborhood. And I always thought this place was haunted because they were renovating it once, and there was like a spontaneous combustion chemical explosion in the window right here. And I remember another time a car hit it right here. So I always thought like it was strange. But I'm sure a lot of stuff's haunted around here. I think this land over here that UC had taken over a long time ago was like an orphanage. So like I said, that was an empty lot. That first turreted house right there, that was one of the flats was occupied by a lady. It was owned by the guy that has the really nice turreted one, and that one's like 2 flats. And it was occupied by a lady who ran she had a foster home situation. She had foster children, and I knew them all. And some of them made it, and some of them ended up on America's Most Wanted. No joke. No lie. Anyway, that's my little tour.